When I said that the previous session was a bit unfortunate in terms of logistics, I didn't really know what unfortunate really meant. And I ended up experiencing the full gamut of that word in actual terms in this session here. So what happened really? I started off as usual with the AMRAP set on push-ups. And I was fasted from the previous night. I decided to get an early morning session in. And as I may have mentioned recently, I am kind of in the middle of a cut, let's call it, like a prolonged deficit, a couple of months where I want to lose some weight before going back into eating a bit more, because I felt like I was kind of stalling with my weight gain. And before the summer starts, if I get to lose a bit more weight, then I might be more inclined eating more when the hot temperatures start hitting. So it's all well and good, but definitely, or at least plausibly, this may have had some impact in my training up until now, or at least in the last few weeks, and especially in this session over here. So after the push-ups, which I wasn't really able to replicate the number that I did the previous week. I think I did 35 reps in the last week. So while being in a deficit, I was still able to get a bit of a personal record, whatever that means, for AMRAPs on push-ups at the beginning of the session. And so not only was I aware that I may not be able to perform as well as the last week because I've been fasted since the previous night, but also I had direct proof that it was not the best time to push for anything. So whilst knowing that, I went into the front squats. The first set looked okay, it felt good, I was able to push 10 reps, and in the second one, I didn't want to push it too hard, so I stayed at 8. And this is all within my idea that since I'm in a deficit, and I shouldn't really be trying to push progression on anything. If anything, I should be staying with the reps and sets, definitely the sets, but especially the reps also, that I was pushing in the recent past, just to be on the safe side of things. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to get much squeezing everything out when I do not really put enough nutrients in my body to promote progression. So it's fine if I just do the same stuff as I was doing in a few weeks before. And then I went into the hinges, the Romanian deadlifts. In here I was keeping the same weight, and because I remember that the previous week I was doing 2 sets of 6 and they all felt good, I thought that I might be getting an extra rep on the first set and just cruise the second one, maybe do 6 or even 5. So even going back down 1 rep on the second set was something that I had planned. And the first set felt okay. My low back was feeling like it was being challenged, but at no point did I feel like I was losing control over it. And as usual, I went into the work for the triceps, and there I felt like I could push a little bit because it's an isolation exercise. My elbows and shoulders were very warm from the AMRAP set of push-ups, so I was planning to go up in weight anyway, so I did that, and I went back to the beginning of the progression, which was 8 repetitions. And up until then, it was fine. I was feeling like the triceps were working, they were engaged, there was no discomfort in the elbow, nothing. And because I was going back down to the beginning of the progression, I felt like I was safe, and I was right about that. So the problem arose in the last set, or at least the second set of the hip hinges. And in here, I started off with a bit of a mistake in the setup, so I wasn't really grabbing the bar evenly, so it was a bit lopsided, and I realized that, and I put it back down because I noticed it straight away. And while I was going into the first repetition, I did feel like, again, same as the first set, the low back was being challenged, but I was in control. Yeah, so I did the first repetition. I didn't go too deep. I just went below the knee, and the second one also. And at the bottom of the third one, I felt something pop on the right side of my low back. That froze me. I stopped it immediately, and yeah, updates to follow. Ciao.